Hi everybody, I am making Valentine hearts today for some of my friends. So I wanted to invite you to stick around with me today in my craft room. I'm going to make this one and maybe it'll inspire you to pull out a few little hearts of your own and make some Valentines. I'll give you a walkthrough on this one here, which is made from a lot of little vintage pieces. So let's get crafting. Okay, here we go. This is the one we're going to be doing. I started out with a wooden heart. I got these on Amazon. They're like 4.5 by 4.5 inch wooden heart. And I prepared this already by painting it. And to save us the trouble of watching paint dry, I painted this in this particular heart. I painted in a color called malted milk because I like my paint colors to sound like food. So malted milk on that. And just to prepare my heart, I went over it with my sanding block, kind of roughed up the edges a little bit and took a little bit of the paint off on the edges. And as usual, I always use my Ranger Distressed ink with my Ranger Distressed applicator. And this is in tea dye. I just tend to pull this out on all my projects, even these painted pieces, paper pieces, and just do a little color here on the edges. It just really makes it look nice and vintagey. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, this is a vintage pipe cleaner, and we're going to attach it to the back for our hanger. So I'm just going to take a little hot glue, just kind of smear a little on there, take my hanger and pop it on right here. I'm going to turn this over real quick just to make sure it's kind of where I want it. Adjust it a little bit. I left this like this because I thought this would look really cute hanging over a doorknob. So it's like the perfect size. So I didn't cut it back. Okay, just make sure, yeah, that's on there good. All right, just so my back looks better than what this looks like. Let's see, where is, here it is. This is an old Valentine card I had. This was ripped out of an album, and it's really stained up. But I find all these things on here that I like to cut out. And I was eyeballing this little heart in here. And I just wanted to show you guys this. This beautiful card to a husband was signed, Love Cupcake, 1955. So romantic. Okay, so I got my little hole punch here. I'm just going to punch this out because I'm going to use this to decorate the back of my heart. I just always like to add a nice little surprise on the back. Okay. So I'll take this. Let me get this out of the way. I'll take this and glue it right on there. And it does double as kind of, it'll hold your hanger down with a little extra support too. Okay, back is ready. Let's flip it over. All right, so I wanted to form a little pouch. I was at Michael's and found this buffalo check, like tea-dyed ribbon. This was an after Christmas ribbon, and it was like 70% off. So I was like, well, you know, I could use that for something. And so it's like having a chunk of fabric. So I'm just going to cut off a little piece here, and like that. This is a wired ribbon, and I really don't want the wire, so it pulls right out. I noticed that without the wire, it just laid better. Okay, so our pouch is going to go right here. What I'm going to do is start by putting a bead of glue right up here and lay this side down. You notice I have like a little extra ribbon here. It's not cut like exact because I need that little extra to form the pouch. So instead of just doing the same thing over here, the pouch would be super tight. So what I want to do is I'm just going to stick my finger in here because I just want to puff this out a little. Like that. I just want a little room in there to tuck something in. So this isn't an exact science. I'm just going to do a little bead of glue there to just kind of hold it in place. So I think that's a pretty good pocket. A little space in there. The first one of these I did, I laid it flat and was like, well, that's not going to work. But that's the fun of trying to figure things out. All right, I'll just go back in and finish this off now. And glue that down really good. It's glued all the way down to the point. I'm going to flip it over using the wood as my guide. Just do a little trim job back here, like so. Okay, there we have it. A nice little pouch ready to be filled. Okay, when I did this first one, I put some red rickrack on here and it was kind of an afterthought. So on this one, instead of waiting till the end, I thought I would add some red pom-poms. I thought that would be really cute on here. So the sky's the limit, guys. You know, you just pull out some things and you just see what looks good and just glue it on. Let's do a little bead of glue across here. And voila. Trim off the excess at the sides. Oh, I thought I could save that pom-pom, but he'd kind of be hanging off the edge. Okay. Now, for filling the pocket, you know, there's all kinds of silk flowers you can have and buy. So what I'm going to use today, I went to this, it was a clearance sale. Literally, like everything was like 50 cents or $1. And I found this wreath. This wreath is really pretty as a wreath. I just really didn't have anywhere for it. And I bought it for the intention of using it in my crafting. So I've got a cutter here. I thought this was really pretty greenery and it was like nice quality. And so I'm just going to cut off a piece there. I had this here that I've been using. This had a little pink flower in it. Let me just cut that off. Try that. So once again, just sky's the limit. You can tuck inside of here just anything that you have around, anything that you love. See, that's going to look really cute. We have a little heart that's going in here. So let's get our heart ready. This was, once again, little wooden hearts by the tag on the back. I think this was something I picked up at Michael's. Whenever I see things like this, and whether or not I'm going to use them that particular day or for a project I have in mind, I always buy them. I've got a drawer full of hearts of every shape and size that I can choose from now when I'm inspired to do something. So I always do that. So I have my little heart here. I just painted it red. Kind of use the same technique with my sanding block. Of course, this will age it up really nicely. Our distressed ink. And then we want to put a little message on this. So we'll get this ready. And what I did here was I have a piece of muslin fabric. You can use paper. I just happen to have this. This is coffee dyed. I thought it was really pretty. And these are my interlocking alphabet stamps. I got these on Amazon. And I bought 2 sets of these because you could have 2 of each letter. And sometimes that's helpful, as in this today. So I have a little black ink here. I decided just to use black. It would show up cute with the little fabric on there. And I'm just going to stamp right here, Valentine. And instead of cutting everything and get it perfectly shaped and glued on and stamping, I always stamp first if I have the opportunity. Makes it so much easier because sometimes your stamps don't come out so perfect. And this way, if I mess this up, I just stamp another one. So let's cut this out. I don't have the greatest scissors here. My mother was a beautiful seamstress. Rest in peace, Mom. And when we were kids, if we got her scissors and used them for something that wasn't for fabric, she would just blow a gasket. And I would be like, why is she getting so ticked off about that? Well, now I know, because if you're using your scissors for all sorts of things, it ruins them. So, you know, it's true. Mom is usually right, right? So, gotta listen to Mom. Okay, I have a cute little stamped Valentine here on muslin fabric. I'm just going to put a couple little dots of glue, nothing fancy. Lay it right there. Okay, I've got some vintage mother of pearl buttons. I'm just going to put a little button on each side here. Squeezing through. Okay, here we go. When I first did this, I just tucked my heart in, and I felt it needed a little bit more dimension. So it's just a little doodad I found in my wood drawer, a little wooden disc. And I am going to just glue that on the back of the heart here. And what you get now is a little bit of dimension. So I liked the way that turned out. So that is just going to get glued down right there. Now let me see if I can find, oh, here it is. This is that chunky tool that I got at the fabric store. I got this in white and pink and red, and I love it. It's like what those old 50s prom dresses were made out of. But what I liked about this was when I took a little glob of this and just stuffed it down in here, it pushed out my little pocket. So my pocket looks full, and I like the way that that pokes out of there. I thought that looked really cute. Okay, now let's get our greenery back in the picture here. Just slap a little hot glue, pop it down in there. See my little pink flower. Looks cute right there. Pop it in right there. All right, and this can be finished off. Thought since this is kind of a little farmhouse piece, this look cute in a little farmhouse kitchen hanging off the doorknob. I'm going to use a red and white check ribbon. A little bow on that. I don't want to, if you guys excuse my lack of manicure today, that hand sanitizer is doing a number, which I'm sure you guys can relate to that. Okay, little bow. A little big. Let me make that a little smaller. Okay, right there looks cute. Whole thing's put together with hot glue today. My favorite for instant gratification. Just grabbing one more of these little mother of pearl buttons. Put it right there in the center. So, you see how quick that went together? What a cute little thing to hang on a doorknob, isn't it? All right. Here's the one with the rickrack. This is cute. And I promised to show you the vintage one I put together. Basically, this was the same technique, the same wooden heart. Isn't that pretty? From an old Valentine card. And instead of using this check ribbon, I had some really wide lace, and I laid it on and made a pocket out of it, really using the same technique. This was a little bit of extra lace that I had that I just glued around the sides. Inside, I tucked in the ballerina. She's one of those cute little candle holders for a birthday cake, and she is vintage. These little forget-me-nots. Of course, some tulle I tucked in there, the same, to puff out my pocket. This was a heart brooch. The pin was broke on the back, so how perfect is this? And this is from a Valentine card, Fond Thoughts, and I thought this came together really, really sweet. So it's a cute little vintage shabby chic piece. So there you go. I enjoyed sharing these projects with you today. I hope you feel inspired, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.